Good morning, good morning. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Good morning, good morning. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Happy Memorial Day. I hope you have a day planned with your family and enjoying some good food and remembering all of the sacrifices that were made for our country on this amazing Memorial Day. The weather here is beautiful, so get outside, enjoy the day, have some fun. But before you do, let's do some watercolor. Good morning, Stacy Lee. How are you? Hey, Kinder Kelly. How's it going? Hey, Talia. Glad you guys are here. I'm going to share this out. You guys, if y'all will hit that share button, repost it, all the things, that would be very helpful. Get everybody in the room. We are going to do a fun patriotic gnome today. I thought it would be fun to do that. I'll put it up so that you guys can see what we are going to be doing today. Thought this would be a fun one. Obviously, it's got a lot of detail that we won't be doing. You know, guys know how I do my gnomes. We just use this as inspiration, and it will be a fun project, I think, today. Hopefully everyone will enjoy it, and we will get to painting. Hang on, I'm still sharing this out, guys. Just want to make sure that everybody that usually paints with me gets a notice. I am Stacy Lee. I've been praying for you, and I will continue to pray, and I hope that you will keep me posted tomorrow after you're done. You'll let me know how it went. And anybody else who needs prayer, you know, guys know y'all can reach out to me and give me any of your prayer requests. I'm happy to pray about you and for you and with you and over you and intercede for you and all the things. I was doing my quiet time this morning, and I'm doing that Draw Your Circle 40-day prayer challenge. If you guys have not done this, it's really amazing. I have the link in my showcase, but this is a really good thing. But today they were talking about, you know, we have to continue to ask. You know, sometimes we do things that, Talia, I will be praying for you, dear. Hi, Carrie. If there's something specific that you need prayer for, please reach out to me. I'm happy to do that. Oh my goodness, $50,000 worth of damage from hailstorms the other day. That's horrible, Talia. I know there was a ton of storms coming through there. I was thinking about you and praying for you then, so I will continue to do that. God is amazing. He can do amazing things. And you know, it's one of the things my quiet time was talking about this morning, was that, you know, sometimes we have to pray bold, audacious prayers. We can't think small, that God is so big and he is so capable of doing amazing things. And $50,000 is nothing to God. And if we are bold and we pray boldly, God is going to show up for not only our benefit, but also for his glory. And I think that sometimes we think too small, and we are afraid to pray bold prayers because we're afraid God will say no. But 100% of unprayed prayers go unanswered. So I hope that you will pray boldly, and I will pray boldly over you as well, because I know that God can handle it and God can do it. So I'm just going to pray a blessing over that situation, knowing that God is in complete and total control, and he is going to boldly show up, and he is going to show off for you. And Stacy Lee, I'm praying that same prayer for you on Tuesday for your surgery, your hearing for your surgery, I know that God is going to show up and he is going to be boldly doing amazing things in your life. So I'm praying that over you as well. And all of that is in Jesus' name, because I can only come to the Father through Jesus. Hey, Jess, how's it going? I'm so happy you're here. We are doing this little gnome right here, Miss Cassie. Right here is the inspiration photo. Let's look at the gnomes we've done so far before we get started, so you guys can kind of see our little process. So this is the latest one that we did, our spring little gnome. And then we did this one. We've done the Easter one. We've done the St. Patty's Day one. And we have done the Valentine's gnome. So today we are going to be doing a little patriotic Memorial Day gnome. I thought that would be fun since it's Memorial Day. And I want to go ahead and get started because I do plan to go over to my daughter's house this afternoon. We're having lunch together and enjoying the day. I do plan to go over to my daughter's house this afternoon. We're having lunch together and enjoying the day. We're going to let the kids swim, play in the water and all of that. So I need to go ahead and get going on this so that I'm able to get out of here in time to do that. So let me grab my pencil. If you do not have your paper or your paints ready, go ahead and get your paper done. Get your paper cut and taped. I'm doing a 2.5 by 3.5 ACEO. I've got it taped off with washi tape, about 1/4 inch. So everybody go ahead and get that done. Talia, thank you for that gift. Yes, Stacy Lee, I will show you the bigger picture in just a moment. I'm going to, I have to grab my Stay Wet palette because we'll be doing gouache painting today, because all my gnomes are done with gouache paint. So I want to make sure that I have my Stay Wet palette out, and I'm going to get that. I'm going to open this up and get it. And you guys can see this is still wet from the last time we used it, because this Stay Wet palette is watertight. And not watertight, but airtight, so it keeps my paints wet, so I can continue to use them over and over again. Hey Rhonda, how's it going? We are doing a patriotic gnome today since it's Memorial Day. So if you guys are ready to join us on this, we're going to get to drawing in just a second. I went ahead and got that out. Let me show you guys the larger one. Hang on, I've gotta pull it up here. Let me see. Where are you? One second, guys. Just takes me a minute sometimes to get everything organized the way I want it. All right, here is what we've got. Now I'm gonna do the gnome and the flag and probably the stars. But I don't know that I will do all of these extra little details. But you guys can go ahead and just like screenshot it in case you want to do the extras yourself. You can do that. I don't have a ton of time, so I don't know that I'll have time to do all of that. But we are definitely going to do the gnome with the flag and then probably the stars around him. All right, guys? So go ahead and take your screenshot. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and it is time to get moving. Now we're going to be using the meat and gouache paints today, so let me pull those up for you guys so you know what we are doing. The gouache paints are going to be a little bit less translucent than watercolor. So just so you guys know, let me get this situated where y'all are not having to look at this thing. Okay, there we go. Let me get this. I have trouble with this, getting this exactly in a good position for you guys, so just give me a second. Okay, all right, Stacy Lee, it's right here. Hang on, let me pull it up. Right here. Okay, so if you guys are wanting to paint with us, grab some watercolor or gouache or whatever your medium of choice is, and we are going to get this guy moving. All right, Stacy Lee, you got that? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, let's get going. I want to make sure I'm done in time to get to my daughters. And yes, Rhonda, I know. I debated on whether I was going to come on or not, but I really have been wanting to do one that's a patriotic something. So that is what I decided to come on today. So we're going to get it done and get off of here so everybody can go enjoy their holiday. Okay. So we're going to draw this little guy out, and how we're going to start with his feet. And we're going to go just a little, like a little half circle for his little boot. And then we're going to give him a little heel right here. Okay. And then on the other side, we're going to do that same thing. We're going to do the little heel. And then we're going to do that half circle of his feet. Okay. And then go ahead and give his boots just a little bit right there. And a little bit right here. And we will make his little cloak. Just like that. Okay. All right. So we have his little cloak. Now let's go ahead and go up here and start with his little hat and make that so that we have a place to kind of make these meet in the middle. So this is going to be just the little tip of his hat, comes down and up. And I don't worry about it being a straight line. It can be a little jagged. It is material, so we want it to kind of be kind of jagged as we go down. Okay. And then we're going to come down over here the same way with the hat. Okay. Now let's do the nose right in the middle, because we're going to want to bring that hat up over the nose and down just like that. Okay. Everybody doing good so far? Hey, blessed artist, how are you? All right. Now, let's go ahead and do the arm that's going to kind of come out and around. Let's see. Not sure how I want to do this because the flag is not, there's not enough space there for the flag. So maybe I won't do the flag. Maybe I'm just going to do his arms in. I'm not going to put the flag in because I don't have room for it. I'm just going to do stars around him and make him patriotic like that. So I'm going to bring his arm kind of up like this. And that's going to give him kind of his little hand just kind of resting. I'm just going to do his hands just like that. Oh, that doesn't look good. That looks like he's giving us a gesture that we don't want. Let's not do that. Let's fix those fingers. Goodness. Thanks, blessed artist. All right, let's go. Finger or thumb, fingers around. There we go. All right. And now we're going to come around on his little cloak is going to come down like this. So we can bring that kind of over like this. Okay. So we have that side done. And now let's do this one. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to come in with the arm. And have that little sleeve. And then we'll do his little thumb and his fingers. Just like that. You know what we could do? We could have him holding like a little star if we want to. Make his arm come around a little bit better. In the center there, if we want, we could have him holding a little star. Let's do that. Let me see. Let's give him a star. And we'll bring that kind of up in front of his nose. So we're gonna go, you know what? I'm just gonna draw it like old school and then we'll erase the center. That'll be easier. Let's go here, 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 and here. Okay. So now we can just go in and erase the center. And we have that kind of outline. That makes for an easier star. Okay. It's kind of wonky though. Let me see how I want to fix that. Let's fix it right here. Should have drawn the star before I drew his hands. Would have been better. But I didn't think about it until I got his hands drawn, so. Okay, that looks good. So now we're gonna take and we're gonna erase and make his hand. I don't really have any kind of plan here, guys, so. All right, there we go. We got it. Let's do his nose. All right, so now he's holding his little star. Okay. Now also over here, we have this cute little heart that is going to be stitched on his hat. We have a little star right here. That's hanging. And then we have some other stars around him that we'll do in a little while. But that's the gist of what we've got. Okay. His beard is going to come kind of through here. And it's going to come out like this. Across his sleeve. Or under his sleeve, sorry. We're going to go under his sleeve, I think. No, we're going to go like that. Just like that. Bring him out and down like this with his beard. Okay? So we want to make sure that when we do the beard, I'm going to erase that and redo that because it was not working for me. We have the point right down here at the bottom. And then we kind of work our way up from there. Out. Like that. Okay, so there's our little beard. All right. I almost forgot his beard, y'all. Okay. I do have a squishy eraser, and I'm going to use it in just a second to lighten up all of these lines. My kneaded eraser right here. I don't particularly have a huge technique of any kind. I mostly... Sorry, I'm just reading comments. I mostly just try to figure it out as we go, because I am not a classically trained artist. I'm just somebody who likes to draw and have fun. So it's not always some of my stuff turns out to be a hot mess. So all right, we're going to use our kneaded eraser to kind of get this lightened up, and then we'll start putting some color on him. Now I'm going to be using the Meeden gouache paints because all of my gnomes I've been doing with gouache, so I want to keep them all in the same medium. So those of you who have been following me and doing the gnomes with me know that I'm using gouache for this, and it's not my favorite medium. I'm not super great at it, but also, you know, I like to learn and I like to get better. So we're going to be using the, let me pull the colors. I'll show you guys. Oh, good. Blessed artist. I'm glad you enjoy watching others. I don't have any, like I said, I don't have any particular technique on this. All right, I think, so we're going to use the Prussian blue. We're going to use the, hang on, oh, if I can get it out. We're going to use the crimson red, and of course we're going to use the white. Okay. So those are going to be the colors that we use today. They're a little darker than what's in the picture. The picture is a little bit more of the regular blue and red. But I just feel like I really like these darker colors. I don't know. Blessed artists, they act a lot like watercolor. They perform like watercolor, but they're not as opaque as watercolor. I mean, they're not as translucent as watercolor. They're very opaque. So, so they're just a little bit different. It's kind of like a mixture of acrylic and watercolor together. Like if those two mediums had a baby, that's what gouache paint would be, if that makes any sense at all. So I think I'm going to use these. I am in Texas, and so we are hanging out here in Texas this morning. All right. Okay. Oh, cool, Fishy. That's awesome. I love using them. I'm just not as versed at them as I am used to. Like, I'm used to watercolors. Watercolor is where I'm comfortable, but gouache is actually a medium that I'm really starting to kind of fall in love with. So, all right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead. I have a little bit of white out, so I'm not going to worry about that. I am going to put out some of the blue so that I have that. And I am going to, you know what though, y'all, the more I look at that, the more I realize that maybe I do need this lighter blue. So I'm going to put some of that out too. I'm going to use this ultramarine blue as well, just in case. I feel like that Prussian might be a little bit too dark. And then I'm going to use some of the crimson red. And I'm going to do the lighter red as well, just to be safe. Okay. That way I have both, because I just don't know until I get in here exactly what red. So I'm going to use the scarlet also. Maybe, if I can get it open. again, gouache is not my wheelhouse, but we're gonna make it fun today. So, all right, here's the brushes I'm gonna use. I'm gonna use a size 1 in the medium. Okay. I'm also gonna get my golden maple detail brushes in the 12/0 and the 18/0. Yeah, they really are good quality. I do like them a lot. Now, granted, I'm going to tell you guys that I've not used a ton of other brands of gouache, so I don't really have anything to compare to. I'm also going to pull out my number 2 detail, and I'm going to pull out my, I'm just going to leave it at that for now. If I need something else, I'll let you know what I pull out, but I think those are going to be good for now. Okay. All right, so what we're going to do first is, I am going to have to pull out a larger one for our background. So I'm going to do our background in something, in a very light watercolor. And I'm going to do it in a blue. It's going to be a very light blue watercolor. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my brush wet. Hang on, I've got to pull my meat and toilet out here so that I can get water. And I'm just going to color, I'm just going to get my whole thing wet. Okay. And I'm going to put a little bit of blue on there. So I'm going to just get this light blue out of my Meeden tube paints right here. And I'm just going to put it all over the page. It's not going to be anything that is going to be it's not going to stand out very much, okay? And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some just got done construction and I can't find my good brushes. Oh, yep. I hate it when I do that, when I misplace my stuff. All right, so now I'm going to dry my brush and I'm just going to pick up all of this. Okay, so we're going to have a very light blue background. You're not even going to hardly notice it until we pull the tape off at the end. Okay, but it won't be completely white. It'll just be barely blue. Okay. All right, now that we've done that, we're going to go ahead and make sure that that's dry. And honestly, I don't know if I got enough color on there for it to even matter, but it'll be fine. I'm not going to worry about it. So we're going to make sure it's dry. I probably should have gone a little bit darker, but hey, Jamie, how's it going? All right. So now once it's dry, we're going to go ahead and we're going to take our Meeden number 1, and we're going to go ahead and put in the, no, I'm not. I'm going to have to start with my details. So we're going to go with the detail brush. We're going to take I'm going to do the golden maple number 12/0, and I'm going to reach in to my red. Y'all, I've got to decide, am I going to use the lighter or the darker red? I think I'm going to go with the lighter first. So I'm going to use the scarlet. And the reason I'm doing that is that way I can add the shadows in with the darker if I decide to. Okay. And we're going to go in with our stripes. So you want to make sure that you do not have too much paint on your brush. And you're just going to go in. I'm going to start with the tip of my hat. I'm going to make that red. And I'm going to skip a spot and I'm going to go over like this. And we'll put details in a little while. So don't worry if it kind of looks awkward at first, okay? Because remember, all your art is going to go through an ugly phase before you get to the phase where you go, oh, I love that. Okay? So just know that. So go ahead and get your stripes in. And just remember that the hat doesn't have to have straight, perfect lines. It's material, so it's going to have little wrinkles and stuff here and there. So just know that as you go through this, doing these stripes, you want to keep your edges kind of wonky and imperfect. Okay. All right, so there's my stripes. Now we're going to go through and we're going to do the blue. And I'm going to do a solid blue. I'm not going to do my stars. I'm going to do my stars with a white gel pen when we are finished. Okay, and I'm going to use the Lango gel pens because they are designed for layering over the top of things. They have that upgraded ink that has the layering capability. So that's what we're going to do. Okay, so go ahead and make sure your red is dry before you start your blue, because you don't want to accidentally make that bleed together. Once it's dry, go ahead and reach over and get your blue. I'm going to go with the lighter blue first, which is going to be the ultramarine. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and fill in my blue section of my hat. And we're going to go to about, I'm going to go to about right here. I'll work my way up like this. So that's where we're going to. So just fill that all in. And you can see, if I was using watercolor for this, this blue would be very translucent. You would be able to kind of see through it. You're going to get a really solid color blue out of this gouache paint. You're not going to get... Now, if you put a lot of water in it, you're going to get more of a translucent look than you would if you didn't water it down, but you're still not going to get that translucent color like you would with a watercolor. You're going to get a pretty good solid blue. Okay, so that is what I'm doing right now, just kind of filling this in. Now, if I were to drop in another blue, that darker blue, while it's wet, it's still going to perform the same way that watercolor performs. You're going to get that blending effect, just like you would with a watercolor. But again, you're going to get more of an opaque finish. You're not going to get that translucent look to it. All right, so we have the blue part of the hat in there. Now it's time to shift back over to the red. Let's go ahead and do the scarlet again. And we'll go in with that red. Oh, let's make sure that's dry first, though. Let's dry it. Blessed Artist, I'm going to be using a gel pen for the hearts. I mean, for the stars. And I'll show it to you in just a second. It's the Lango gel pen set. It's 90 pens, and they're all acrylic paint pens. And they have a very small tip. So it's really easy to layer with them. I'm going to go around this heart because we're going to do this heart a little different. I'm not going to use that same red, so. All right, so we got that stripe. Now let's do the next one. So we're just going to keep going with these stripes all the way down the hat. Okay. And all I'm doing is just filling this in with a solid color of gouache. I'm using the scarlet color. We'll go back in a little while if we want to put in some darker shadows. We'll go in and do that in just a minute, because we do want to make some shadows where those wrinkles and things are. So, all right. And one more, we're going to go right above the nose. The thing I find hard about gouache is shadowing. The shadowing part to me is the hardest part when it comes to gouache, because even though they behave a lot like watercolors, getting that shadowed look with two opaque colors is hard. So I struggle with that, because I'm used to doing like a wet on wet technique. So, all right. So here's how we're going to do it. We're going to go up here first, and we're going to go right along the base of this red. And we're going to drop in some water. And we're going to take our darker red. And we're going to drop in just a little bit. And you're going to see it's going to do what watercolor does. It's going to kind of start to spread. And I'm going to get my little bitty teeny tiny brush, which is the 18 over 0. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go in and just make sure that right along the left side has some shadowing with that darker red. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. It's such a little area. And you want to make sure that it doesn't have any harsh lines, so you can go ahead and spread it up. Sorry guys, that cough is still not gone away since I've been sick. All right, perfect. Now I'm going to take a little bit of black. I'm just going to kind of give my white that little guide there. Okay. All right. Now let's go ahead and look at our blue. We need to, I'm going to switch back to my number 1 brush because I need a larger brush for this. And we're going to go in here and I'm just going to add in some water along the left side, just like we would if we were using watercolor. We want to have this kind of wet to it. So go ahead and add that in. Make sure you don't accidentally get it in there. All right, and we're going to take this dark Prussian now, and we're going to drop that in along the edge. On the left side. Okay. Then go ahead and take rinse your brush. Yes, all paints. I do use some acrylic paint pens. Take your brush, your clean water, and just kind of spread that shadowing right through the left side. Okay. I'm going to pick up a little bit of this color because it's a little bit too dark and I want that shadow to show. Now I pick up my color by adding water to it like this, and then drying my brush and lifting the color. So now we have this lighter blue. So that's going to be a little bit more translucent than what it was. And now our shadows on that left side are kind of showing a little bit better. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and dry that. Sorry, I didn't mean to bump the camera there. Perfect. All right. Now, let's go ahead and do our heart. I'm going to take the darker red, which is going to be this crimson, and I'm going to fill in my heart right here on the left side with that dark crimson. Okay. And then I'm going to rinse my brush. So now all I have is clear water on my brush, and I'm going to kind of drag that across. If it stays dark, go ahead and wipe your brush again. You want to have more of a shadow on this side than on the right side. So, okay, and don't worry if it blends in and you can't see it. We're going to outline it in a minute. So you don't have to worry about that. Just make sure you've got more of a shadow on the left than the right. Okay. Okay. Just like that. All right, and let's get that dry. All right. Now, let's go ahead and do the star in the lighter blue. I'm going to rinse my brush now, and I'm just going to spread this color so it's not super dark. Okay. All right. Now, time to move on to the cloak. I'm going to do the cloak in blue. Okay, I'm not going to do stripes. I want to do all blue. And I'm going to make it much more translucent. So I'm going to add quite a bit of water to this. And I want to follow I want to follow the outside of yellow. I want to follow the outside of the beard, so don't color in your beard. The reason that I'm going with a lighter blue is because I want to drop in some shadows where the elbow bends and things like that. So you want to try to make your first layer fairly light, and then we'll go in after and fill in those shadows. And with the blue being so dark, we need it to be fairly light. So lots of water. And even when I add a ton of water, you can see it's blue. It's a lighter blue, but it's not translucent. It is definitely more of a opaque color. So that coverage is much more opaque. All right, so there we have it. Now let's dry it and we'll do some shadowing on that arm. Okay, we're gonna take that darker Prussian blue, and I'm not gonna put a ton of water in it because I want it to be fairly dark. And we are going to give our like, we're gonna give it some wrinkles. So I'm gonna go right along this side right here, and I'm gonna bring that wrinkle down right there in the elbow area. And right along the sleeve. Okay. So it kind of gives us that feel of the arm bending right there. Okay, let's do that on the other side too. Follow your beard. Don't. Okay. And now take that darker blue and go in for that fold that comes right across. Okay, so we have that shadow. Hey, Angel, how's it going? All right. Now let's bring that blue down into the cloak. We're going to make sure we follow the beard. Okay, So all we're doing is filling this in. And don't worry about how that beard looks just yet, because it's going to be fine once we get our detail in. Okay, so just leave it the way that it is for now. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and grab some more and do the other side. We're going to follow the outline of the beard. Keep going until you've got it all filled in. Y'all, I'm in East Texas, and we are struggling with flies everywhere. Are you guys having fly issues? I'm just curious if it's just my area, because we have had a ton of flies, and they're driving me crazy. None for y'all, Talia? Yes, I will be uploading it to my tube of you. Yeah, this will be up. Everything is current other than the very last one that we've done. That's the only one I don't have uploaded yet. So, all right, here we are with our cloak. Okay. All right, now I'm going to do the nose. I'm going to do that in just this little kind of creamy color. It is the light pink in the set. So I'm going to do that first. I'm going to make the whole nose this light pink. And then once I get that completely covered, I'm going to add in just a teeny tiny bit of the brown on this left side, and I'm going to let it kind of spread. So it has a shadow. Okay. Then I'm going to dry that. Oh, thank you, Blessed Artist. I have a ton of them. I always upload my lives to my Tube of You. And just so you know, they're in their entirety. I don't edit them or anything. So you get all of the product introductions, everything. So you can fast forward through what you don't want and just look at the parts that you do want, which is great. I also have another channel on my Patreon channel, and that is a subscription, and I do an extra tutorial on that page as well. And there's one up right now that's a little iguana chameleon that's super cute. All right, doing the same thing with the fingertips and the hand. I'm using that same color to fill in the hand. You can find my Tube of You on my TikTok page, where you can find all of my stuff. All right, and I'm on live every morning, except on Wednesdays. I'm on in the evenings doing tutorials. So if you see me live and it's not a morning time or a Wednesday evening, it's because I'm introducing other products. I do a lot of product videos too, so sometimes you'll see me and I'm just talking about different products, but my morning lives are usually set for my tutorials. All right, let's do our feet. Let's do our boots. We're going to do those in the light red, kind of scarlet color. All right. And I'm going to make the star red as well. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Now he's going to come to life once we start putting these details in. So I want y'all to just take a good look at what he looks like now, because when we start putting in these details, you're going to be like, holy moly, look at how cute he came out. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is take a little bit of gray and mix with my white. So I have basically a white, but it's not a perfect white because we don't want it to be the same color as the background. Okay, and I'm going to just kind of bring these beard sections out with that color. So it looks white, but up next to the background it won't, or up next to the white paper. It's actually going to be it's going to have just enough of a gray tint that it still looks white, but you can tell that it's painted. And that's the point. We want to have these little beard, because when we do it down here at the base, we want this to be separated from the background. And it doesn't have to be perfectly solid, because you can have different tones of color in the beard so that it looks more natural. So don't worry too much whether I get it exactly perfect, but I just like it to be a different color than the actual paper itself. Fill that in. And then we'll use our pen to put in some details, so don't worry about that. Okay, so we have his little beard done. And now what we're going to do is we're going to pull out our Grabby multi-liner pen. So let me show you guys those. Okay, these are the Grabby multi-liners. You can use a micron. Thank you, Angel. You can use you can use watercolor if you want to. I am going to be using the Grabby multi-liner. My Grabby multi-liner. And I'm going to use I'm pulling the 003 and the 005. The 003 is what I'm going to use for the beard area, and then the 05 is what I'm going to use for the rest. So let me get this dry to make sure because I don't want to ruin my pins. And I'm going to use my 003 first so I can get the beard details in. And I'm just going to kind of pull these out like this. Go around the nose. And I'm just making my little beard marks here. Okay. Same thing around here. Do these tips. And again, I'm using the 003 because I want this to be subtle. If you don't do it subtle, it looks overdone. So you don't want it to be overdone. Again, you can do it also with like a light detail brush if you chose to. Okay, so we have his little beard marks in. Yes, these are the black multi-liners, and they're waterproof. So I could put paint over them or water over them and they're not going to smear. Yes, I have the colors as well. I have the colored set and the black set, both. They sure do. They have both. You can actually get this in a combo pack from Grabby that has both the colored set and the black set. So, I actually think that I have that in here, right here. This is the combo set that has both the colored and the black. Okay. All right, we're going to switch to the 005 now. So, whoops, sorry guys. That is the 005. Oh, it's the same brand. It is this, like, these are both Grabby. The colored and the black are both Grabby. Now, you can get you can get the microns also in colors. And the brand is, I think it's a Secura brand. Either one are nice. They're both fine. I have both sets. I like them both. So, I prefer Grabby. I think they're more cost effective. I think the tips tend to hold up a little bit better on the Grabby multi-liners. And also they don't seem to dry out as quickly. So, but some people may disagree with me on that. So, I don't know. All right, I'm just going to outline my hat. I'm going to make my little ring that connects our star. And then I'm going to outline our star as well. And I'm going to go between my stripes. Just keep in mind this outlining doesn't have to be perfect. You can do it like a sketch outline and Tends to give it a little bit better character when you do a kind of a sketch outline as opposed to a solid line. And you can also add in any kind of shading you choose to add in as you're doing those outlines. So like I'm going to add in a little bit of hatching right there. And if you want to add in any kind of wrinkles into your hat, you can do that too. So I feel like these need some wrinkles. Okay. Let's go into the cloak. We'll add in the stars on the hat in just a minute. Don't worry. We're getting there. Same thing with the shoes. We'll add in those little wrinkles in the shoes too. We're going to get kind of around. And then we're going to have our little wrinkles right there in our boot. Okay. Now, if you want to put some little movement marks in the hat, just do that hatching. Okay, so now we have that. Let's go ahead and do some of our, yeah, the dry out. You have a drying out issue. Yeah, these tend to do better. Now, the 003s you have to be real careful with in either brand because it's got such a tiny tip. Anytime I'm using the 003, if I need to set it down and switch pins, I always put the lid on it because you don't want to ever leave these sitting out for any length of time with the lid off because the tip is so teeny tiny that it will dry out very quickly. So it doesn't matter what brand you use. If you have an 003, you're going to struggle with that unless you're very, very careful with it. Kinder Kelly, thank you for the heart me. I appreciate that so much. You guys don't forget to grab those engagement points right here. Click this heart right here and join the fan club there. It helps your account and my account, and you can get notified when I'm on live. Okay, so let's go ahead and pull out the white gel pen from the Lango set. You need a small gel pen for this. So the ZSCMs aren't going to work for this. They're going to be too big unless you do like dots instead of stars. Okay, but we're going to use the Lango set. It is the 0.7 tip. So it's a very teeny tiny tip. I did right at the top, I gave myself some wrinkles, some hatching marks right there. I probably will go back and add in some more detail to the feet in just a little while. It needs some shadows, and they need a little soul to them as well. So let's get the stars done on our hat. Okay, so there's my stars, which I think looks good. And now let's go to the feet and let's work on the feet for a minute. The first thing I want to do is give it some soles. So I'm going to go ahead and give it like some soles across the bottom. Like that. And then I want to give it some movement along the base. I'm using the 003. And then I feel like we need some across the top. Like that. I'm going to give it my star. And then here, I'm going to use the 005 on the heart, and we're going to stitch that on, okay? So we're going to go around the heart like this. And then we're just going to do some stitch marks. Okay, I'm going to take my white gel pen and I'm going to give it a little highlight right there. I'm also going to give my nose a little highlight right here. Okay, and let's give him something to stand on. Let's give him a ground. So we're going to do, I'm going to put water in right along the base here. And I'm going to drop in some blue. And then I'm going to drop in some red. I'm letting that spread on its own. It doesn't have to be perfect. It can kind of mix, and that's okay. Okay. All right, now let's do some stars in the background. So I'm going to go ahead and start, and I'm going to do a red star first. So I'm going to do one right here. Sometimes my stars don't come out very well. So I have to kind of play with them until they look right. Good enough. Let's get this to a point. Okay. Let's do a blue star over here. Okay. Let's do another red star. Maybe right here beside it. We'll do one right here beside it. Okay. And let's do a blue up here. There we go. All right, now let's do some splatters. Okay, I like this so far. I feel like I could have done better on my shadowing, but I'm still learning that with gouache. It has been very difficult for me to figure out shadowing with gouache. If y'all have any tips on that, I am open to it. I'm going to add in a little bit of this darker red right here. Kind of shadow that a little bit. Maybe the key to shadowing on gouache is doing it with a wet on dry technique. Seems to do a little better than doing wet on wet. Okay, let's see. What do we have here? Let me get this up against the boot. We want him to be standing on the color. Oh, you know what? I think I want to do a little like firework burst. And then we'll do some splatters. So I'm going to do it with this blue to start. And I'm going to go like this. And then I'm going to put some red in too. That's my little firecracker burst. It's not great, but it'll work. Let's see. Okay. Okay. With a lot of water, and I'm just going to tap around the edges. and get some of that blue splatters. Now I'm going to reach in and grab some of the red. And do some red splatters. All right, now let's dry it. And we will peel the tape. And we'll put it with the rest of our gnomes that we've done in our gouache painting. Okay, so you can kind of see now that frame where I put that background in. See? You see that line? I did put a very light background on here before we started. Remember we did that light blue? It was kind of muddy because I pulled some dirty water, so it wasn't really blue, but you can see the frame at least. So you see how that line goes all the way across? Because I had done that very light background. So there is our Memorial Day gnome. I love it. I think he is just, every time I do a gnome, it stresses me out because I know I'm doing it in gouache, but they always seem to turn out beautifully. So let's go through our collection of gnomes that we've done so far. So we did the Valentine's gnome. We did the St. Patty's Day. We did the Easter. We did this one was just a fun little mushroom gnome to fill in for the month of January because we didn't do anything in January. So we did the gnome for that. We didn't do a gnome for January. So I went back and added that. Then we have our Easter or spring. Sorry, this wasn't Easter. This was our spring gnome. And then here is our Patriotic. Oh no. Am I not coming through? Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Yeah, Angel, for sure. Go ahead and click out. And I was going to say, if you click out and click back in, you can usually do it. Okay, so one more time, let's go through these. Here's today's. Okay, this was our Memorial Day fun Patriotic gnome. This was our spring gnome that we did a few weeks ago. This was the one that we did for the month of January. That didn't really have a theme. This is our Easter. Our St. Patty's Day. And our Valentine's Day. How cute are those? Okay, so I'm going to just spread them out. And remember, all of these tutorials are up on my Tube of You. So if you missed any of them and you want to do them, you can go to my Tube of You, click that subscribe button, and you can get these tutorials. Okay, they will be under the TikTok Live playlist. Okay, so there's our gnomes so far. How cute! I love them all so much. What do you guys think? Yeah, I think they turned out good. Okay, so now you know I've been on ranting and raving about the Leanne sticker maker, so I thought I would show you guys how to create a file of your art to create stickers, because I think that that's something that a lot of you guys have wanted to do and you're not quite sure where to start. So I want to show you how I do that. It won't take long, and if you don't want to hang out for that, that's cool. But I do want to show you how I do that on my computer to get these files created so that you can use them either in the Leanne sticker maker or your Cricut machines or your silhouettes or whatever you have, whatever cutting machine that you have. Okay, so, and I did a lot of the prep work ahead of time so that y'all wouldn't have to watch, sit through all of the prep work that makes it like a long drawn out process. I did most of that myself. So Thank you, blessed artist. I appreciate that so much. Okay, so what I thought I would do is, Talia, thank you for the greeting heart. I appreciate it. Gifts are always appreciated from you guys. Thank you guys very much. All right, so there's our gnome collection so far. I hope you guys are enjoying it. At the end of the year, we're going to have a full collection, at least one for every month. So at least 12. We might even end up with more. Who knows? But so far, this is where we're at. I think that they are adorable. They are so cute. And I'm excited about this collection. Now, what I decided to do with my stickers is yay! Thank you so much for the rose. I appreciate it. That put me at my gift goal, you guys. Y'all helped me hit my gift goal. Thank you so much. That's always helpful. If you guys want to click the heart me right here, and join the fan club so you get notified when I'm on live. That's great. It helps your account, helps my account. Ginger, thank you so much for sharing this live out. Ricky Ticky, thank you so much for the likes and the hearts and the roses and all the things. I appreciate that so much. All right. So this is kind of, now look at our gnome. This was our inspiration photo. This was our actual image that we finished. So remember, when I do an image on here, it never turns out exactly like the photo. This is just for inspiration. I have AI create it to give me something to kind of look at, and that is it. Okay. I don't necessarily do exactly the painting. And I think that's important for us all to just do our own thing. So don't feel like yours has to look like mine or that it has to be perfect in any way. This is not about museum quality art. This is about the process and enjoying painting and learning as we go and all the things, okay? So I hope you guys enjoyed that tutorial today. Now, I want to show you guys what I'm talking about when I say these stickers. So let me move these out of the way for you guys because I want you guys to see what I did. This was our fruit series. Okay, so I took the fruit series. Hang on, let me get this out of the way here. It's a wedding package I'm working on. All right, and I scanned all of my fruit series into my computer. Okay, so I took, let me grab them really quickly so you can see the originals. And I took them all and scanned them with my scanner. I have an Epson Workforce 7710 scanner, and I scan all of them in. Okay, so these are the originals, and I can make prints out of these now onto watercolor paper because I've scanned them in, and I can make stickers and all kinds of stuff. Okay, so yes, the blueberry's upside down, but he wasn't when I got finished, because what you do is you take them, you crop them down into a single image. Okay, so there's my blueberry. I removed the background, so I just have the blueberry. Okay, because what we're doing is we're going to do something like this. Okay, see this sticker sheet right here? This is my bunny, and these are the stickers. Okay, all right, so when you want to create stickers with your art, this is how you're going to do it. So I removed the background, and I took that particular, let me see, let me open it up. This was what he was originally. I cropped him down. So there's the background. I removed the background. That's how I came up with this little guy. Okay. Once I do that, I'm going to go to right here. Okay. This is called jukeboxprint.com. It's a sticker maker. Okay. And you simply upload your file. So I'm going to do one for you guys so you guys can see how it works. So I'm going to open up my orange, and I'm going to click remove background. Okay. It's going to take the background out, and I'm going to also remove any extra splatters that are around it, just so that it doesn't catch that in the sticker process. Then I'm going to go and I'm going to save a copy of this as orange sticker. So I know that this is the one without the background in my ACEO file. and I'm going to leave it there. Now I'm going to go to this sticker maker and I'm going to upload that file. So I'm going to upload it to the sticker maker, and it's going to automatically create an image for me that is going to have the white line around it. Okay, so you can see it created my sticker, and I'm just going to download it. Now this is free. I'm downloading it as a PNG image. Okay, and once it's downloaded, I will have that sticker. Okay, now this is how I'm going to create my files for that. You can use Canva or you can use Photoshop. I use Photoshop, but you can do this in Canva also. You're just going to create your page. Okay, so I'm going to start a new page. It's going to be a 4-inch by 7-inch size page. Okay, and I'm going to add my stickers to it. Okay, so I'm going to go to my, hang on, let me get out of these. Don't save. Okay, so now I'm going to open up the downloaded sticker that I just created. So I'm going to open up this orange sticker, and I'm going to take it and I'm going to shift it into my sticker page that I want to, whoops, it's right over here. My sticker page. Okay. And I can make that whatever size sticker I want. I'm going to shrink it down because I don't want it to be big. Okay. So I've got one that size. Then I've got, if I want to, I can do my blueberry next. Okay. So I'm going to exit out of this. I'm going to open up my blueberry that I created. So here's my blueberry sticker. And I'm going to take that into that same document. And I can transform that to whatever size I want it to be. Okay, and put it in there. And I just am going to continue to do this to create my sticker file. Okay, so let me, hang on really quickly. Whoops, that's not it. Let me go over here and take this image off of here so it's not in y'all's way. Okay, so this is my sticker page. So do you guys see how I'm doing that? So all I'm doing is creating stickers with each one of the art pieces that I scanned, okay? So this was my original piece. This is my sticker. This was the original piece on that one. And this is my sticker right here. Okay. So you can make them whatever size you want. Again, this canvas is 4 inches by 7 only because I'm going to be using the Leanne sticker maker to do this. And you can't do that if you want it to be a 4 by 7 for that machine. Okay. So then I'm going to go in and I'm going to open up my cherries that I did. This was my cherry sticker. And I'm going to move it into my canvas. And I'm going to make that whatever size you want to make it. Now remember, I'm doing this in Photoshop, but you can do it in whatever software you want. Okay. It doesn't have to be this. It doesn't have to be Photoshop. I'm using Photoshop because I prefer that. Okay. All right. So any questions on that so far, the way that I've done that, for those of you guys who've been wanting to learn this? Because if you have questions, I want to be sure I answer them as we go. Let me go back. Hang on. I want to make sure that you guys know what I'm talking about when I'm talking about this machine. So this is the machine that I'm using. All right. So I've got my art. I've got my background removed. I've created my stickers. And now what I want to do is I'm going to want to duplicate these. Now I want to have my whole set. Okay. So I don't want just the blueberry and the cherry. I want to do all of them. Okay. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do the next sticker that I want on here. So I would open up my next one, which is going to be Let's see. It's going to be in my ACEOs. And I'm going to do the peach. Okay, so I open up my peach. I'm going to remove the background of my peach, and it's going to give me just the peach. And I'm going to save that, a copy of that, as the peach sticker. So I know that one is the one without the background. Okay. Got it? I'm sorry, I was reading comments, guys. Okay, so now I'm going to go to the sticker maker. Remember, this is a Jukebox Print sticker maker. And I'm going to upload that file, that peach file that I just created, the peach sticker file. And it's going to create the outside layer for me, the white layer. And I'm going to download that as a PNG image. And then I'm going to go back to my program. I'm going to exit out of here. And I'm going to open up the sticker that I just created. It's in my downloads file. It's going to be the peach sticker. And I'm going to shift that over to my sticker page. I'm going to make it the size that I want it. Okay, and just remember, this is my own art. So I'm creating stickers of my personal art. If you have art that you have done, this is what you are going to do to create your sticker pages. What you are going to do to create your sticker pages. Yes, the blueberry, the leaves are at the bottom on purpose. Sorry if that's what you're wondering. But I did have the blueberry picture upside down in my initial setup. Let me see if I can find it for you guys. Yeah. So see, it was upside down here, but I switched it when I was making these individual. I scanned them all together, and then I crop it and make individual files of each one. So that's how I started that. Just so you guys know. Okay. All right. So now I've finished that one. I'm going to go back, and I'm going to now open up my next one from my fruit series, because I want all of my fruit on the same sticker page. Okay. So I'm going to open up the pineapple next, and I'm going to remove the background and any of this extra stuff that gets stuck on here. Sometimes it gives you extra stuff. So I'm going to make sure that I erase all that extra stuff. And again, you can do this. Whoops, that's not what I wanted to do. You can do this in Canva. You don't have to use Photoshop. I'm using Photoshop because that is what I'm comfortable using, but you don't have to. You can certainly do this in Canva, okay? And use the Canva background remover. All right, so now I'm going to save this as a copy, and it's going to be the pineapple sticker because the sticker indicates that it doesn't have a background. Okay, so I'm going to save that one, and I'm going to take that over to my sticker maker from the jukeboxprint.com sticker maker. It's free. Upload it. Pineapple sticker. It's going to give me the white border. Now, you can order stickers specifically from this company as well. I just don't. I create them myself because it's a little bit more cost effective for me because I'm a small business and I do these at markets and stuff. I sell these at markets. So now I'm going to exit out of that, and I'm going to open up the sticker I just did. Let's see, where are you? It's under downloads. So this one is the one that I made, the sticker with the white outline. And I'm going to take that and I'm going to shift it over to my sticker page. So this is how you're making the page, okay? Just by doing this. Okay, you're going to set it the size you want it. Click Okay. Now we are going to do the last one in this series. I think it's the last one, which is the strawberry. No, it's the second to the last one. The watermelon is the last one. So let's do the strawberry. Remove the background and save a copy as strawberry sticker. Y'all see how easy this is? And then go back to our sticker maker. Oops. Custom stickers. Hang on. Got to get back to my sticker maker. Create with your sticker maker. Upload. Select file. And we're going to find the strawberry sticker file that I just created. Upload it. It's going to give us our background. Okay. And we are going to download that one. Oh, goodness, that scared me. Hey, Jamie, how's it going? Thanks for the heart me. We just finished up our gnome for today. We did a patriotic gnome this morning. Isn't he cute? This is what our tutorial was today. So I'm just showing everybody how to make stickers out of their art. So I'm using my fruit series and I'm creating a sticker page. So I'm showing everybody how to do that currently. So we are right here. We have our sticker that we just created and we are going to open it up. We just downloaded this from the sticker maker, which is free. And we are going to upload it and we are going to move it over to our sticker page and size it to the size of sticker we want. Right here. And then the last one is the watermelon. So let's go ahead and do that one. We're going to open up the watermelon. Thank you for the Go Populars. All right, let's see. Here is the watermelon. And we're going to remove the background. And we are going to save a copy of that as the sticker. You don't want to save it. You want to save a copy because if you save it, then you'll end up not having your original. So just make sure you're saving a copy. Adding sticker to it indicates it doesn't have a background. And then I'm going to go to my sticker maker and I am going to open up the file as watermelon sticker. It's going to give me my white background around the sticker. Now you can do this without the white background if you choose to. I just like to have mine made like that because if I print them on my Cricut or anything like that, then I need the white background. The Leanne sticker machine will do it without the white background, which is great. It saves time. But in case you're wanting to do this on a Cricut or a Silhouette, then you're going to want to make sure you have that white background. So that's why I'm showing you how to do it like that. Okay, so we just downloaded it. And we are going to open it up. We are going to put it into our sticker sheet. Remember, our sticker sheet is a 4x7 size sheet because that's what the sticker maker does. But you can do it any size you want for your whatever machine you're using. Okay. All right. So we have all of our stickers done. How easy was that? That was quick, quick, quick. Yes, on this page right here is all of my stickers that I did. Okay, so this is, and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this over and I'm going to move this over and I'm going to move this up. And then I'm going to now copy and paste all of these again so that I have doubles. Whoops. Okay, so now I have multiples of each sticker. And you can kind of move them around so that you know, because you don't want them too close, because what will happen is if they're too close together, it'll end up cutting them as one sticker instead of two. Okay. All right. So there's my sticker page of that series. So here's all the art pieces that I did. Okay. And here is the stickers I created. All right. Now, I'm going to now save this. So I'm going to save this as Fruit Series sticker sheet. Okay. And I'm going to save it as a PNG. Okay. So I want it to be a PNG or a JPEG. You can do either one. I'm going to save it as a PNG. And click OK. All right. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to be shifting over to my iPad, okay, because we're going to need to use the iPad to do the software for the machine. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share this file. So I'm going to go in here and I'm going to take this and I'm going to share this. And I'm going to just airdrop it to my iPad. But just so you know, you can email it or you can, whatever you need to do. Now, for some reason, my iPad has been doing really weird things when it comes to airdropping. I don't know why it's not letting me airdrop like it used to. I'm going to fix it. Now, let's see if that works. There it goes. Okay. It was set to not receive airdrops. Okay, so now I have this file in my iPad, okay, in my photos. So I'm going to move my computer out of the way. And we are going to move to the iPad and to the sticker maker. All right. So let me pull that out because I want you guys to see how this works. This is so cool. I have been having so much fun with this. All right. So here is the machine. Okay. And we've just taken all of my art pieces and we have taken each one of these. All right. And we have created our stickers with them. Okay. And now it is time to actually print and cut the stickers with the machine. Let me get this water wiped up really quickly because I don't want my sticker. Although these are waterproof and scratch resistant. So if you put water on these stickers, they're not going to smear. Okay. We're fixing to find out, blessed artist. I will move them around if they are. So I'm going to show you how this works. Okay. So this is the Leanne cut and print. Okay. So what this does is it's going to print and it's going to cut my stickers all in one. Okay. They're going to come out like this. Okay. This was my other stickers of my animals that I did. Okay. This was some other ones that I did, and this was some of my Bible art stickers that I did. Okay. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take and we are going to open up. Well, first we want to make sure that our machine is turned on. And then we are going to connect via Bluetooth. Okay. So the machine will show up here. I'm going to connect to it via Bluetooth. And then I'm going to open the app up, which is the Leanne photo app. Okay, it's going to come up onto my screen. It takes it a minute to initiate because I just turned the machine on, so give it just a second. And maybe if I can get it to work here. Give me just a second. Okay. So here is the app that comes with the machine. Now, just so you know, it has tons of built-in stickers. So you don't have to make your own files. I'm just showing you how to do your own files because that's what most people want to do with the machine. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in here and I'm going to click sticker. I'm going to click add canvas. And I'm going to create a new canvas. This is a 4x7. That is the reason that I created the 4x7 on my computer of the file. Okay. Now I'm going to hit upload, and I'm going to upload that image that I sent to my iPad. Okay. I'm going to have AI remove the background, because remember, I have the white around it. The reason I did that was because if I want to use my Cricut, I'm going to need that. But I'm not using my Cricut today, so I'm just going to have it automatically remove the background. So each of these stickers are here. Now it's going to have a white outline around each sticker automatically on this machine, so you don't have to have that. I'm going to do an image split, and what that does is it makes sure that each of my images are individual, okay? So I can move them where I want them. Whoops, I didn't mean to change the size. Okay, now these came out very teeny tiny on here. What is going on here? So I'm going to make them bigger, okay? I don't like them like that. I want them to be bigger. Okay. And again, this is a 4x7 sheet. So even though I created the 4x7 in Photoshop, the DPI was different in the machine. So it didn't come out as a 4x7. It came out smaller, but that's okay because we can just resize them, which makes it perfectly fine. So I'm going to stick those in here. Resize. Just like this, okay? So now we have all of our stickers. Now, what I know is to be true is that some of these are going to be too close, and they're going to cut them too close. So I'm going to hit make it, and what's going to happen, it's going to give me my borders, and I'm going to be able to see, well, they aren't. So you see the border around them? None of them are touching, so that means each of them will be an individual sticker, all right? So let's go ahead and move this here, and look, I could probably fit maybe one more in. So make that a little bit bigger. So let's just do, what's my favorite one? The blueberry, of course. So I'm going to duplicate it, and I'm going to put a blueberry right here. Now let's just double check that none of those are touching still. Okay, they aren't. So these are all the stickers that are going to come out on this page. All right. Now here's how we're going to do it. We're going to click cut, and the machine itself is going to pull the sticker paper. I sell them at markets, Blessed Artists. I sell my art and my stickers all at markets and on my ETSY shop. So they're really popular with the teenagers. They love to put them on water bottles and things like that. So it's initializing the printer. So what's going to happen now is it's going to print the very first layer. So let me show you. It's going to print the first layer, which is going to be in yellow. And then it's going to print the second layer, which is going to be the magenta layer. So it's going to do that next. And so we'll watch it do that. This is the coolest machine because it's going to cut everything. You don't have to set you don't have to worry about setting your pressure. You don't have to worry about aligning anything, nothing. It does everything for you. So now it's going to print the cyan layer, which is going to be the final color layer. And they're all going to come out how we want, them to look. Now it's going to laminate them automatically with a waterproof, scratch-proof layer so that you can put water on them, or you can put them on your water bottle and wash your water bottle and not have to worry about it smearing or anything. So that is a really cool thing, because then it makes it not have to, you don't have to worry about that. Then it's going to spit it out over here on this side now. And this is where the magic happens, and it's going to start cutting the stickers for you. And again, it does all the work for you. You don't have to worry about pressure. You don't have to worry about pulling them out of your printer and putting them into a separate cutting machine. None of that stuff. All you have to do next is let it do the cutting for you. Okay, so it's going to cut everything exactly the way you want it to cut. It's pretty fast. Yeah, it's pretty fast. And it shows you on the app as it's cutting them which one it's on. So you can see right here, see this blue line? It's showing you exactly which one it's cutting as you go. So now it's cutting the watermelon. Then it's going to jump up here and cut the peach. So it's showing you as it goes. Okay, and then once it's done, it's going to spit it out. And you're going to have a sheet of stickers. So we went from this. We went from all of my art that we've done by hand to this right here. And guys, how long did that take us? It was we started at 11:28. So in under 30 minutes, we took our art. I took my art that I had done and I created stickers with it and created the file and then made the file, printed it and cut it, all laminated, everything with one machine. So you cannot tell me that that is not beneficial. Now, what's going to happen is this sticker sheet cost me less than 60 cents to make. Okay, less than 60 cents. I'll sell a pack of stickers, so probably two sheets, which are, let me just find the other sheet. This is my other sheet that I did. That's my art. So I would sell these two together for $5. So that's a really nice profit margin on my markets. And my art is also available. So if they wanted to purchase the art pieces and then get a sticker pack with them, you can do that as well. So there's just a ton of options that you get from this machine. It will pay for itself in no time if you do markets or if you do sticker packs on your website or whatever. Now I offer the sticker packs on my website too, but the great thing is that you can offer them at markets, which is really nice. And you don't end up with, you don't have to order in bulk. You can create these one sheet at a time. And this machine is small enough that if you run out of a particular one, you can have it with you and you can create them right there on the spot, which is nice. The gnomes. Do you love the gnomes? Aren't they cute? I haven't done them yet. I'm going to be doing those next. So isn't that cute? I love them. But once I get them done, they'll be listed on my ETSY. But we're doing a full set of these. So I'm doing 12 gnomes. I've only got, so these are not available yet. And they won't until the set is complete at the end of the year. This is a whole year-long series that we're doing here on Lives. So, and when I do the package, there'll be all 12 gnomes, and we'll do a 12 on a sheet. So, yes, they're all on there, Stacey Lee. The only one that's not on there right now is the Patriotic one that we did today. The one we did today. This one's not available just yet, but I will have it uploaded soon. Now that my internet is working again, I will have this one uploaded in the next day or so, and you'll have access to it. But all of these are already uploaded and ready for you guys to use. So if you're looking for a tutorial for these, they're on my Tube of You. You guys can get the replays for those. You can also get the replays for the fruit series that we did. And you can get the replays for the summer creature series that we did, the beach series. So we did, hang on, let me find them for you guys. We did the octopus, we did the dolphin, that one's not on there. That one was a different one. The crab, the seahorse, the other crab, and the sea turtle. That was the sea creature series that we did. So those are all available on my Tube of You as well. So if you're wanting those tutorials, you can grab those up too. Okay. And also I have a Patreon where you can join me there as well and get extra tutorials on that page. This month's tutorial for that was the was the little iguana, this little guy. So that was the tutorial for that subscription this month. Did you figure out what you're going to do tomorrow? I do not know what I'm doing tomorrow. I have not even thought about it. I'm currently thinking of one day at a time. Last week, these were the 3 tutorials that we did last week, in case you guys were wondering. And those are all available as well, except for this one. This one's not up yet. But these are also available on there if you want replays for those. Okay? So I have tons of stuff on my Tube of You for you guys that if you want replays. And, of course, I'm here daily, usually around 11 o'clock to do tutorials with you guys live. Today we did the Patriotic Gnome, which was this one. This was today's tutorial. And we created our sticker page on the Leanne cutting machine with our fruit series that we did. Look at how cute these stickers are, y'all. Look at that. These are going to be so popular with the teenagers at markets. Blessed Artist, you can find my Tube of You channel on my TikTok page where the LINK is under my BIO. I can't say all of that. I'll get in trouble. But you can go there and you can find me on there. Just so you know, you can find me anywhere as Coach Ellen's Creations. So whatever you're on, if you type that in, you will find me under Coach Ellen's Creations. Wherever you are. That's my TikTok channel and everything else. So this is how this came out. So we started out with the art that we created. Okay. Now you guys, those of you who did this fruit series with me already have this series done. Okay. You already have the actual art pieces finished because you did, oops, that's not in it. You did the fruit series with me, right? Okay. So if you, have them already done, then I just showed you exactly what to do to make this sticker page. Okay. I did it from start to finish. We went from this right here to this in under 30 minutes. Okay. We did it with this machine right here and a computer. So if you guys are looking to make stickers out of your art, that is the way to do it. I just showed you. I will show you guys again tomorrow when I'm back on. After we finish our tutorial, I'll show you again how to do it. We'll do it with our summer creature series, our little beach series. Okay, we'll make a sticker page with those. Okay, but this is what we did today. Okay, we created a sticker page from our art, start to finish, under 30 minutes. Super easy with this machine. So if you have not grabbed this machine, let me tell you, it's amazing. Now, I will say that there are also options in here. You don't have to create your own. This is very user-friendly. When I opened up this machine, from the time I opened it to the time I printed and cut my very first sticker sheet was under 15 minutes. It's very user-friendly, very easy to do. So there's no learning curve with this. It's really self-explanatory. You follow the prompts and it's super easy to use. So if you haven't done this and you're interested in doing it, I'll show you guys again tomorrow. But we started today. We did all of our art pages. We took all of our fruit series and we went from this. We scanned them into the computer. We removed the backgrounds and we sent them to the software and we created this sticker page with all of the art that we've done up to this point. So if anybody has any questions, let me know. This was our gnome that we did today for our tutorial for Memorial Day. So cute. Marcia, I'm usually on between 10 and 11 is when I log on. And we go a couple of hours usually. Today I am logged on at 10. So right, just a little after 10. So, but this was our tutorial we did today with gouache paint. And that was super fun. And I will be doing some sticker sheets with these gnomes that we've done, but not until I get all of them finished. But again, today we took these sticker sheet, or we took these art pieces that we did, this whole fruit series that we did, and we took them from art to file to sticker sheet with the machine in no time flat. It literally took us less than 30 minutes to go from art to stickers. So if you're wanting to learn to do that, I'll show you guys again tomorrow, okay? And, all right, any questions on anything before I hop off of here? If you have any questions about this sticker machine, please ask them. If you have any questions about the tutorial that we did today or any of the techniques that we use, just so you know, I'm not a classically trained artist. I simply get on here and have fun, but I can certainly tell you how I did it. So if you have any questions, I'm happy to answer those. Thank you for that, Rose, blessed artist. I appreciate it. So there it is. Another thing that you guys should know about these stickers is this machine does do, these stickers are waterproof. So if I were to spill water on these, you can see, look at that, nothing, okay? It's not going to smear because they are laminated. So they are waterproof and they are scratch proof. I love that because all of my kiddos that purchase my stickers at markets are always wanting them for their water bottles. So that way they can wash their water bottles and we don't have to worry about them smearing the stickers. Okay. And having stickers of your art is so fun, you guys. I love these. I do sell quite a few of these on my ETSY shop, but most of these I sell at markets, and they're very popular with the teenage girls, just so you know. Okay, this costs under 60 cents to make a sticker page. Less than 60 cents. You can sell these for $3 to $5 a sheet and make profit all day long with them. So the machine is definitely worth the investment if you are doing things like that. So, which I definitely do. And I'll be selling the crap out of these at my Christmas market this year because my stickers were so popular at my Christmas market last year. So I'm really excited about having this available this year for market. So, all right, guys, I'm going to hop off of here and I'm going to go get prepared to go see my daughter and hang out with my grandkids for Memorial Day. We're going to have so much fun. So any more questions before I hop off? There's our tutorial one more time that we did today. I want to say thank you to all the people who have served and all the people who have made the ultimate sacrifice for our country. And I also want to say thank you to all our current and previous veterans and say thank you very much. I'm very appreciative of all that you've done for our country. So here's today's tutorial in honor of you. I hope that you guys will join me tomorrow sometime between 10 and 11 tomorrow morning. I hope that you guys will join me tomorrow sometime between 10 and 11 tomorrow morning. Another fun tutorial, and we will make another fun sticker page out of our art so I can show you how this machine works because I am in love with this machine. Thank you very much, blessed artist. You have a wonderful rest of your Memorial Day as well. All right, guys, I'll talk to you soon. Bye.